Let's continue. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric factions thrown in. Okay, so last episode we ended up on the pawn shop. There was a weird power outage that forced me to end the stream early, but yeah. I'm gonna continue from where we left off now. So, a bust of a woman. The plaque simply says day. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Okay. Still have a lot of tasks to complete. We did a lot already. Wow. Okay. Without even realizing. Okay. Um Searching for the color. Oh shit, it's almost 10. Okay.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
You might be able to aid in our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
True. Actually, that's all I've
The
got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I wanted to ask about my missing gun again.
Sure thing.
Have people from Everard Clare's union come here to track the gun?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
I suppose so.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Yeah. But surely it's not for delivery to me. Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Gotcha.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now.
Okay.
Sure, man.
Can you share your pyrolidon with me?
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
I haven't, but don't worry, I can take it.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained pyrolidon. Straight into your gut. Not so sure about this.
Wait, why wouldn't I be sure?
Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop. Not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
True, but it's always to have this, even for selling as well. Who knows? Thanks, man.
Of course.
Alright. We can leave now?
Volumetric ship compressor.
Oh god, here we go.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals.
Oh my god, that
These
heart is
metallic
horrifying.
hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Right. That's good, I think? Let's see. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. We don't have any more slots to put some more thoughts in. I was 65% on this one, but whatever. Let's go. Let's check the thing we got. Pyrolidon. My +1 psyche, -1 health. Interesting. -1 physique. Okay. These are drugs I'm not even going to consume. Just organize my things. White envelope.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
Kim, what do you think of
I'm no
this?
property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Fuck it.
There doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
anything of interest here. No fine print. You're smart. You can read.
And I almost got it. Like it was yeah, I had 9. I just needed to get it. Okay. What of us? Let's go. Let me go back to the body now. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, the door is open this time. Interesting. Kid, aren't you supposed to be in bed right now? It's past your
There
bedtime.
he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Damn, 92%. There's no way I felt this, right?
Ha ha ha.
No
the corpse
fucking
laughs at you,
way
pus
I
dripping
failed
from
that.
its mouth. Every time it happens, it gets worse and
Oh
worse.
my
There's
god.
nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
Amazing. I failed again! Even though I got my shit compressed. How is it possible?
I'm at a loss as well. I could swear your shit was together, detective.
Sometimes
no.
even that is not enough. Life is unfair.
What do I do now?
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere.
Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna do it again.
There he still is, looking. Ha ha ha.
What?
Again, the corpse laughs at you.
No
pus
fucking
dripping
way!
From its mouth. Every time
I'm gonna do it
happens,
again.
It gets worse.
I'm gonna
and
put it
worse.
one more point
There's
in
nothing more to
endurance.
Throw up now. All
This
that's
is
left
crazy,
is
what the
crying and
fuck?
convulsing dryly.
97 and a 92. Both failed back to back. Oh, I don't know why. I just cry. Now I
The
failed again.
lieutenant.
Officer,
Relax.
Okay, let's put in one more point in endurance. Fuck it. Let's go.
There he still is. Look, as you breathe in,
Finally,
the odor
Jesus.
comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. This delicate machine, ready for picking. Instinctively, you crack your fingers.
They always do that.
they do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the
The
boots.
material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
What kind of boots are these?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Right. Okay then. What kind of armor is this?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of
The
it?
locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Right. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor? No, that's just stupid.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Right. Ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Ka-ching, baby. Not the boots. That's a lot, I take it.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
Looks like he worked for a private contractor, like Evrard told us. Wealthy, with state ties. This is way above what we have.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates, where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Let's try pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Grab the boot under your
The
arm.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Oh,
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Lieutenant, you seem distressed.
We're
Why?
about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
You're gonna pull his head off, right? Do
Pull
what?
his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Oh shit.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
You said they're expensive. I thought you could find them on some loot. Are we not detectives? This may be a clues inside the boot. I'm sorry, I didn't even want to take them off. I just thought I should try.
Try what exactly?
I wanted to see what happens.
I don't think we should do anything just for the hell of it. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now.
Oh.
Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
There might still be a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a
The
plan.
anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice.
Nice and cracky.
and cracky.
What's going to happen? Okay, got it.
Processing will take care of them.
Okay,
What's
back
the
off
situation?
The cadaver slowly twists on the hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a harbor.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Are we assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? If she wanted to stay there, the polyester seems strong. Well, they probably climbed the tree, right? So, we're assuming dock workers from the harbor did
The
it?
brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Yeah.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
Okay. If she wanted to stay there, the polyester seems
It's
strong.
not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying to the belt in the branch above.
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
Yeah, constellation. What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Deep. This is a map of the night sky.
A map of the stars.
Yeah.
I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work. Let him cook.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Okay. Then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do you need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if you could find someone to decipher it.
Can I have it? I should look at it later, without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
I won't, don't worry.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. These eyes used to be blue, baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
His eyes, they used to be blue.
Good. The victim is of Occidental descent. Light brown hair, blue eyes.
So Occidental?
I mean white.
Oh. Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone
Where have you gone?
into the wild
Here we go.
pale yonder.
Now we're truly crazy. Where is that?
In the past, way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but were you when you were alive? There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Starts bubbling on his lips. Ew.
imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't
me crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you! Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
Necktie. I am going to make you a fucking cloth and use it to clean my windows, alright? If you don't shut up.
He loves those.
He loves those. Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is not who I am. I'm Harry.
No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That's who you are. Rooney the motherfucker.
Rooney the motherfucker. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
Actually, myself in a bathroom mirror is actually correct. The only correct answer among all of these. Myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just like me. Just keep drinking and having a good time. It's a matter of weeks.
Feeling nausea, vomiting, tenderness or pain around the liver area, tiny red lines on the skin above waist level, more like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking. Your liver tells you so.
Enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
Squint
As you narrow
and take
your
a
eyes,
step back.
the monster before you blurs into a violent mess.
We have
of
very little
green
time. I
and
need to
pink.
skip some things. Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
His face and hands are pink, thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I don't know what to think. What do you think? Something's coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises? Something's coming out of
A
him.
pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe you went to the toilet sometime before death? No, never mind. I'm not gonna say this word. You got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
I don't know what to think. What do you think? He's beaten up. See the
I
bruises?
do. Most of them are post-mortem.
Yeah, because
Maybe
of
even
Kuno.
all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder
Yeah.
with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Oh my god.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I think he's dead.
I agree.
Thanks, we are on the same page, Kim.
Totally dead.
Yep. Totally.
Absolutely.
Yep. I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Seems like a lynching to me. Could it be that he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone.
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt.
Yeah.
We'll have to get him down first.
Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him out, get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Of
maybe.
course.
Oh,
You have questions, don't you?
Okay.
Come back later.
Ask them
Corporal.
everything I needed.
Amuse yourself.
Okay, the preliminary examination is
Steel
done.
reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Right. Can someone else do it? We could start the branch. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Maybe we can shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? I don't know. Just, shoot up there, maybe? Points towards the branch.
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Wait, let me
The
try.
lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Damn. Say nothing, let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket
Gotta let him do his thing
and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
He missed.
God damn it.
"A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight."
Maybe I can do it. I have very high, hand-eye coordination, right? Yeah, it's a level 4. It's not even that high, but, continue.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Right, do not patronize that.
Idiot!
Kuno
Okay.
could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man. I'm not gonna try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
Can I give it a shot?
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate... I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Okay. Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Oh my god, shut up. Take the gun.
You fucking banana boyka! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
I should shoot you right in the mouth if you don't shut up. Feel the weight
The
first.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
Right.
Fuck are you begging for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least
Oh
you
my
won't
god,
miss.
shut up.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Let me see. Hand-eye coordination 42%. Okay. I'll put a point in here. It's even 58%. I'm probably gonna fail this, aren't I? I got it! Easy! Let's go!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
Right.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Ow. Look at that pose, oh my fucking god. How did I do that?
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
Yeah, nice. Oh shit,
You
high
could
five.
add an ace's low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Slap it. Nice, high five.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
Oh my god, shut up. Let me... Oh my god. Ace is high, what is this? +1 empathy towards Team Kitsuragi. Ooh, nice. Okay. I kind of want to do this. Probably helps me with shooting, maybe. What does this do? Find better loot. I don't really need this anymore, right? Yeah, all endurance checks unlocked. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. I can't forget it. Oh, I can only forget the thoughts that are still developing, I think. Oh shit. Okay, I need to choose carefully then. I want to do Heise's Eye as well. Okay. What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Right. All right.
I would suggest we interview Everhart and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep. But we've already done that, so it's up to you, detective. Take us where we need to be.
I would suggest we interview and Joyce, the leader and the Wild Pines rep. Okay. But we've already done that, so it's up to you, detective. Takes us where we need it to be.
He trusts you have plenty of things in the task chain lined up.
Right. And we need to rest because it's very late.
The rotting man, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Clutch your gloved hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
All right.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
We just fill this in, right?
That's right.
Oh, nice. I can get 1 point here to unlock this. And we can think about Ace's Eye. Nice. Open your ledger at the field autopsy
The
form.
dead man stares in silence As you crack open the ledger, the bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Begin. 1. Assistant.
That's you.
Right, Harry Dubois.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
2. Coroner's case number...
KK57 0803 dot 0815.
AKA must mean like Kim Kitsuragi, right? The initials.
Next,
Name?
NA. Next,
Date of birth?
NA.
Age?
Roughly 50.
Right, approximately 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
6. Race.
Mondial. Subgroup Occidental. As per your observation.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess looks neither mondial nor occidental. It doesn't even look human. The next line says,
7. Sex.
Fucky!
Oh, shut up.
Male.
Dude. Male. Yeah.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, male. Right, pig's gonna have sex.
nor does he
I did
look
this
male,
properly, dude.
with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Okay, right. March 4th, 51.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only 1 box remains.
11. Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment, anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Okay.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Authority seems to have, like, short-term memory. I just lost all of my memories. Right?
Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
Thank you, Volition. He's always on my side, by the way. I just noticed. Agrees. No treatment. Agreed. No
A
treatment.
silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a
Here
small
we
wood
go.
shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed.
Okay.
Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
Okay.
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary, internal examination summary. Let's start with one.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
When am I gonna get him?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Write it down.
Tattoos.
Okay.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing.
Okay, write it down.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse hair before moving on. Weird, but
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
stroke his hair.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like
Ew.
thread off a rag doll's head.
Okay.
There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep patting him. Adding the brilliantine. Yeah.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
Next up.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write down but meant for high velocity. Right.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belts, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
Okay.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Pull out the rubber gripped cutters. Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Okay. Look for a
The belt
good
is
spot to
equally
cut
tight around the
first.
whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in
83%.
there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Surely I'm not gonna fail this.
You jam the cutters
Oh,
right under the
fuck.
knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
Fuckity
the
fuck.
lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Yeah, enough. Cut some.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Okay, let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck. and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Okay, balance. Like I shot the corpse out of the branch, and he cuts like the noose, right?
Here.
Here. He hands you the chain cutter's back and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia.
No!
Oh boy.
Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began.
Yeah.
The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Unremarkable. That's funny. Inspect the genitals. I'm gonna write it down.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
You write it down.
Last item, hands.
Pick up the hands. Pick up the
His
hands.
flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is.
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hands. Did you like it when I stroked your hair? Oh, that's so weird. Nothing. I got nothing.
Nothing does. This was pleasurable. I sincerely thank you for touching my hand. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean.
No, thanks.
No sign of injury from struggling.
Were you expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
2. Internal examination. Summary.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope. Right, and
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
Okay.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Gotcha. Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Ew. Look deeper inside.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Interesting. Maybe we talk to the corpse again later? Maybe he'll tell us something important?
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why, don't we have anything?
Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Right.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still
Like
do.
a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Right.
Brimming with cocaine.
Write NA in that toxicology request.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
Breathes aside and approaches the relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pulse feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down and omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries. Summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
I agree, the waters are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now,
Okay.
injuries.
Bite
Head,
marks.
chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Scalp bite mark injuries, predation birds. It's post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Next,
Ligature mark.
dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Right.
Below
Write it
the note,
down.
2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Below the notes, 2 customary boxes need to be ticked. I see hemorrhaging the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck. That's post-mortem. Cool.
He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
Why do you say that?
I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
I arrived at this conclusion through psychic arts. Why weren't his hands tied? It's a big man like this. I would tie his hands when marching him to the gallows.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. Then, given the state of decay here, I consider establishing the victim's ethnicity a minor success.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
No, Electro, no. What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg
Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages.
for processing.
Okay. He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand. Then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
He's thinking, did I miss something?
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Ooh. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Gobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Gobo.
Okay.
Come back later, Gobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Okay, perception.
If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Right, let's take this check.
Your arm reaches
Nice.
out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this? I discovered something.
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Crawl up his nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Okay, hold on. My cat is meowing like crazy. I'll be back. 1 second. Okay, my cat just wanted to go outside. So, I'm back. Push your fingers in his nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage.
Continue.
The fuck is he doing?
You hear a voice squeak. It sounds very far away.
The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Put your fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
Good thing I have gloves.
You're on the right track.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
Okay. Touch it with your finger gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Continue.
Fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Brainstem?
Yes,
Oh, it's
that's
midnight.
what this part
Oh,
is
fuck.
called.
Feel around
The
first.
basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex.
Push deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
There's a cavity right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper,
Fucking cavity, see?
quivering with awe.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until
Oh,
you feel
God.
it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold serrated metal.
Oh
Its
shit.
edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
If I fail this, I swear to God. Yes, nice. Fished it out.
You
What
pick
was
the
it?
object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Whisper, I got it.
My pig's fucking got it?
He's watching his old man get the big prize at the claw game.
What? What is it?
Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
A bullet.
Fucking beautiful!
Yeah.
A bullet.
Drop it in.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it?
Of course. You deserve it.
Nice.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like Evan.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
he's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yeah. The ligament mark, the fractured iode bone. It was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead. Dabadoop doop.
Deadity dead dead.
Yep. You think so? Agreed.
I have had my doubts for a while now. Since I saw there were no signs of struggle on his hands, and no claw marks on his neck.
Okay.
There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
We were right. That's
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there.
Why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers, maybe.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
What happens
We
next?
put him in a bag and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. The body bag should contain the odor for the duration of the transport. I would drive him to processing, but it's too late to do that today. I'll do it first thing tomorrow. No problem.
Okay, nice.
One more thing. This was really good work, detective.
Thank you, Cam.
The word lingers in the air of the yard. As far away, dogs are barking. Further yet, the sound of motor traffic. Detective.
The detective, baby. But we need to rest. It's almost past midnight. Try to remove the dead man's boots. Not yet, because he said it's not a good idea. Let's drag him to the kinema. You're finished with the corpse. Are we finished with the corpse? Are we? Let me try to... Nah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave for now and go to sleep. Is he sad?
Necromancer pig. That shit was dark. Going in there like that. Oh, brutal shit. Tell me. Kuno dies. You're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets. Gonna look like a fucking porcupine.
Yet you need some help.
Porta Rosa,
Jesus
a side
Christ.
alley of the Boogie Street Spearhead. A young man in his early 20s approaches patrol officer Emile Mullins and asks for a cigarette. As Officer Mullins reaches in his coat pocket for the pack of Astra he just purchased this morning, the man shoots him point blank in his chest.
Oh.
Breathless, the patrol officer collapses in the gutter. His right hand is grabbing the armor on his chest. The bullet didn't pierce it, but he can't breathe. On the pavement, the patter of the perpetrator's feet growing distant. Bleed, pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emile cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
You know what's a good line of work for getting shot? Don't be silly, you're a kid. Ask me some questions
You're
instead.
such a bummer pig.
I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno pig?
So you refer yourself in the third person?
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
Oh god.
Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the Kuno!
Oh no, shut
Everyone
the fuck
can
up,
hear.
shut the fuck up.
You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm not doing anything, see? Just answer the questions.
Help! He's digging his dick out!
Oh my god.
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Oh my fucking god. It's so late,
Pigs
dude.
it ain't,
Eh.
Kuno! Somebody, please!
Oh man, I wanted to punch him when he put physical instruments. It will be really embarrassing if I fail this. 42%. Okay, let's go. Oh fuck, no! I took some damage too. Fuck.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target.
Say nothing, try to
Instead,
hold it together.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Can no one stop the Kuno? Pig,
Continue.
Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
Mm-hmm.
The whole charade was about establishing dominance over you. It's safe to say he has succeeded.
Yeah,
Fucked your
he kind of
shoulder,
has.
fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
Someone called an ambulance. I think I really hurt myself. Yeah, I deserve this.
Yeah, you deserve this. Trying to show your dick to Kuno. Kuno was scared.
Do you have any idea the shit you just got yourself into, kid? Yeah, laugh it up. Let's just get back at it.
beat the shit out of the popo.
I told you not to tempt such forces.
Oh shit! Really get Kim to trust you. Okay, this was a good thing, I guess. Okay, the annoyance in his voice is directed at you, not the gremlins.
Now, how about we go and do something worth the public's time?
Okay, nice. You know, at least he trusts me, so that's all that matters. Evidence, fractured bullet.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, bullet? Fill the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag.
What do I do with you, bullet?
What?
I said, what do I do with you, bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Inspect the bullet
The
closer.
jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jackets.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeter in diameter. Wow, I actually know this. Well, you are a cop by heart.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
We were right. This came from a serious weapon.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Or I can just try and figure it out right now, but it's slow. Then again, I tend to fail high checks and get the low ones right, so I'll try it.
You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you think you're going
Okay,
to
fair
remember
enough.
arcane firearm models?
Right, the bullet has nothing more to say. Put it away. We try again another day. But we seriously need to... Oh,
We should
More
think about
stock.
calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
yes, my hostel room calls.
We can pick up where we left off tomorrow morning.
Right, let's go. Yeah, everyone's asleep. Can I talk to these guys?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour?
Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about the rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself.
Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking.
I don't
What
like it.
happened, man? It would go
Okay, shut
well
up,
with a
Electro.
cigarette.
Shut up, shut up. I don't need you. Okay. Can I get in somewhere else? Cannot get in there. Let's talk to him.
Can I help you?
I need a drink. Can you pour one? Yeah, goodbye. This is a drinkless gameplay playthrough. Whatever. Okay, let's go.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. He will give us the point of the situation.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Don't you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes
Well, the
him to
music here is
focus.
so good.
It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think they went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. Then you shot the body down, which was quite a shot.
It was nothing really. I was just doing my job.
It enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. Moreover, you found that the hanged man wasn't just hanged, he was also shot. That was some excellent detective work. And you managed to locate and pull out the bullet, so we can get ballistics, make up the gun. All this is invaluable.
It was the least I could do, given all my past mistakes.
Unfortunately, the body is still decomposing in the yard.
Yeah.
We should take care of that as soon as possible.
First thing in the morning.
And there's still work to be done at the crime scene. Now, for the interviews.
That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is in our line of work. We talked to some people, yeah.
Including Everard Clare, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information.
Yeah. He's a tough cookie, that one.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't know how I feel about my name, actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We tried to interview the Wild Palms rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? We run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I wonder what he says if we only walk, right?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't like to waste time, you know? My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I want to raise money for charity, this is a good
It's
one.
impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those heels.
Those heels, yeah.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Thank you for
Thanks.
the compliment.
Yeah.
We could manage it even in wooden clogs. There are uncanny running reservoirs in this body. God knows why.
So what are our powers exactly? RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000? Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rebachol.
Okay. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station coldly. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? Yeah.
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, what happens to the people we convict? Yeah, that's interesting.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on
You
duty?
have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal
of course,
force.
yeah.
In these cases, your partner is usually your witness.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies.
Yeah, it must be time
It
consuming,
is
right?
hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Yeah. And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
Got it. His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that's just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of Revolution. No, let's say it was the coalition government. Let's say nothing.
Silence.
Because we don't really...
Great comment to such a conundrum.
Yeah, we don't really have no idea. The Moral Intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
I have an opinion on the Moral Intern.
Do you?
We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization protecting bourgeois rights. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? Things are bad.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our own law.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Say nothing, just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city.
Agree?
West of the river is RCM land.
Into the night sky, okay.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least, do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired. but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Okay, let's go inside and take a nap. End the day. See you in the morning. Okay,
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind
Has been here a
blows in.
while.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own
A
hands?
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Guess that's the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Gotcha.
The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Maybe it wasn't me. I'm sure I had a good reason for it. Maybe I was trying to hit someone. What a stupid thing to do.
Pretty much. But hey, at least you found your shoe. Not
Yeah.
that it will keep you warm at night.
Okay, wait, can I take a shower?
This is not the cleanest bathtub. That soap scum smell. It smells like life.
I'm gonna
at
run
least
myself a
compared
bath.
to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
The
a bath
bathtub
right now.
slowly. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks, like sad duckies.
Continue.
You feel nice and lonely, and so tired.
Take the beer cans out.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute enough to focus on.
Linger in the tab a little.
Your fingers grow pale and are
Oh, they
covered
do.
with
Nice.
tiny whirls as the water cools. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. Time to get moving.
No, it's time to get some rest, actually. Imagine
You see
something.
the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature.
The video rental again. That's gonna be a common theme in the game, I think.
The
Get out.
waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. The bed is cold and not particular.
We're gonna crawl in and end the day.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the
Its
pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing, a bit tense in the muscles. Relax. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Roll over to the other
It's a
side.
little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images, Images start forming.
Okay, we wake up now. Oh. Okay, we are dreaming. Yeah, 100%. Make a quick save real quick. Oh shit.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Now, what is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I was born in an hospital where people usually go to die. I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are. Yeah.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Fuck. I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the actors wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you.
I wonder if this is like the Harry's true voice, right? This is how he sounds like in reality.
You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Since we're talking with ourselves.
Stinky boy.
Yeah, I just took a bath. I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of
Oh no.
new type of hangover.
God, there's another type.
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit
Oh, no.
factory.
Ay, ay, ay. What is wrong with me? Oh, I healed morale. Nice. I'm shaking my head right now. Look at him. Oh, right, I can pick the bottles up here. Nice. Get some money. Anyway, back to work. That was good. But got shit to do. Let me see if I can interact with
Good
that.
going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was
Oh.
that?
Just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with
You
me?
mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that.
Let's
Stay
not, yeah.
strong.
Like,
The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
no, I can't take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to
That's
suit
a lie.
yourself?
Yeah, fuck you. Let's inspect again.
A mirror hangs
Let's
on
see
the
if something
bathroom
changes.
wall. In it, your face,
Oh,
adorned with the expression.
it's high. Use the art chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop steam fogging up the mirror. I think this will influence these two, I think. Let's hope so.
The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
That's
The
right.
mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
No more steam. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. Should I do that right now? I'm gonna fail this 100%, so I might as well leave. Gotta continue the day, got shit to do. Got places to be. Let's go wake Kim up. Oh, it's locked, okay.
The door is closed. Still no answer.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother her. Let her be. Oh, shit. This whole part is open now. And Kim wants to talk. Let's go. Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Why do we need to talk to them?
This is clearly the Union's peacekeeping force Evrard told us about. The one he said hanged our victim. We can't be sure, of course. Evrard may have lied to us. He definitely has an agenda of his own. Either way, we need to interview them, and it won't be easy.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the hardy boys Evrard told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one must be Hardy himself.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely
They
forgot.
probably are, right?
Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
Yeah. There's so many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Okay.
Good. A power move.
Sure.
Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay, we have one ability point that we can spend.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
I'm not gonna pay
Then
you
why
just
are you
yet.
wasting my...
I'm not gonna pay you just yet. Now that I think about it.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
Good day,
I'm glad
ma'am.
to see you again, dear.
Sorry to interrupt. Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Why did you need the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll buy it. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
I think we should help, of course. What is this expedition your husband was on? Yeah.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Wait, who is this Gary person? Do you trust him? Are they in a rough neighborhood? You mentioned traps. Could there be some problem with
I
them?
doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't big enough for humans to get caught in them. They're for the insect. Anyway.
Do it. Find him. This will surely lead to a
Yeah.
mystery with that extremely rare insect.
This sounds like police business. I'll help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now?
Of course.
I did suggest we play it cool, but...
It's just a little side thing. We'll do it down the line. I've already given my words. I'm honored bound to uphold it.
If you say so.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
So, your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is a cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
Kim, that was a poor choice of words.
My apologies, ma'am.
Yeah.
I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Oh my god, called it a nobby. Oh my god. Kim, you need to calm down.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology.
Have more
One
respect.
specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Before I go this, I need to ask some more questions. Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well,
His expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the streets, what will I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
I think I have all the information I need. Let's move
I
on.
hope I've been useful.
Okay. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking
Oh,
for.
sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect. Kim is not gonna like this one.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Oh, come on.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here? So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this
I
cryptid.
suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Right. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
Sometimes the most charming thing you can do is be reasonable in your requests.
Could you tell me about just one more interesting cryptid? The insulating phasmid was great.
I suppose you could use a break and I could use a distraction.
One cryptid, like you said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Yeah, we do. Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid, promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Is there a cryptid on this pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Interesting. Wow, with its saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
Damn. And there was something about an undiscovered subspecies of man?
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
I knew it, Kim. You're not human. I'm pretty sure Kim is the same species as us. To suggest otherwise is stupid.
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
Really?
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
Yeah. So, are there any invisible cryptids? Educational style, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, ma'am. Let's talk to those scary people.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
You're not a gardener. Enough, let's talk seriously.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
Correct?
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Kim, do you think we can arrest all of them? That seems a bit risky. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it.
True.
You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
You will not lose anything good by not saying it. Right. What are you going to do to me? What's your role in all of this? That's true.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Everard Clare. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The privatization is not unlawful, it's cool and funny. Maybe you're just nice article individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong like your socialists. I like that, good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look,
Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Okay, let's continue and talk to Titus.
This is where you say your bit.
Oh shit.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
We need to talk about the man's hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Scan the room.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy.
Titus Hardy,
Relax,
huh?
Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Damn, why are you so savage, man?
Let
What the
Dennis
fuck?
enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Alright.
Yeah. You're not even being fucked, Dennis.
You seem out of breath.
Easy,
What's wrong?
fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
A picture of what?
Of the actors here. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
Ooh, nice. We'll look at those boots. Yeah, that's right. The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
I mean, it's pretty relevant, right?
Funny.
It's right outside the
My
window.
partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Yeah. We have spoken to the head of the union. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes, why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away.
Yeah.
It's too simple.
But there's a
There is
catch.
no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Why'd you kill him? How did you kill him? You murdered him just like that, no remorse. Who called the shots then?
Are
mate?
you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
I don't have to. One of them was more complicit than others. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
About the beer man. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. Pointed the arbor. Everett Clare runs the union. You answer to him, right?
You keep him the fuck out of this.
Oh.
We have autonomy. It's all on us. Evrard runs the union.
I pressed some buttons I shouldn't touch.
Run the Hardy Boys.
Right.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
Okay, shut up. How does the bullet in his head factor into this? Oh,
There
I
was a
didn't know.
bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the
Right.
fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
When did this hanging incident
You
occur?
don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier?
Joyce,
the
yeah.
representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
Not in the arresting mood?
His mean little eyes come alive with hatred.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away.
Yeah, this is
from
not a
his
good
holster.
idea.
You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer.
Oh shit.
Easy. Walk back from the provocation.
Yeah.
They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
You confessed to murder. I'm taking you in. Easy now, let's just...
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth.
You murdered him just like that, no remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Yes, but these were all bad people. Criminals, the scum of the earth. Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all. What we do is different. We enforce the law. We just kill people like it's nothing. Yeah, you just kill people like it's nothing. But the law doesn't mean much in these parts, so... honestly, I drink so much to remember anyone I've sent behind bars.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got what was coming to him.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
Right.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
Wait, hold on, let me check one thing here. Hold up. Okay.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on. How do you even know he was in Special Forces? Right, but what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Okay.
There's slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?
Oh my god.
Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Alright. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
Now you listen to me, Sonny Jim. The autopsy showed the victim's hands weren't tied. No signs of struggle. Explain this and make it real simple.
Look, I'm not gonna play
hesitating,
20
are we?
questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
That definitely caught him off guard. In comes number 2 to take care of it.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim
My
down?
fucking elbow, copper. Samurai boxing style.
Uh-huh. Right. Let me see. Composure. Let me put a point here real quick. 83%. I'm gonna fail this. Watch me. Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Okay. 83%. Let's go.
Actually,
Fuck.
they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
All of them? Maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure?
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Okay, right. I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, copper?
So, what are you going to do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Yeah.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Oh god, establish authority. Godly, I need to... We got a 16, right? Shit. Let me see. Authority is at 4. Yeah, really bad. Me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
So you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me some more and you find out, yeah?
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't clear it out.
You still haven't explained the bullets I found in the young man's head.
You still on about that bullet?
Yes.
A bullet in a hangman's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you again. Why was this shooting the bullet in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Okay.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Don't worry, we'll figure this out sooner or later.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
28%.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Okay.
Good one.
About
no more
fucking
questions.
time.
What if I talk to Everard after this? I'm gonna try this one, why not? It's white, so.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First, you tell me someone's been raped, and then you say don't. Then you don't say who. That's bullshit. Stomp your feet. I'm not gonna say that. That's it. That's all I
Did you
got.
already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results.
I don't think I'll mess with the
You're
gun right
probably
now.
right. The others are only there for filler to make the gun thing pop.
You need to sound familiar, and you're not helping.
And
my
what
finger.
exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong. All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, fascia. People here trust us. We're getting complaints.
I don't even have a gun.
What are you talking about? Guns are the only thing you have. Waving them around old ladies' faces. Trying to gun down kids.
Callie said they've been trying to set up a mass execution. Bulk purchasing guns, ammunition too.
I can
Well, that is
believe
not true.
that. Carly works in a gun shop, you see.
There's no mass execution, officer. Just ask questions and don't get sidetracked.
Please don't set up a mass execution. You'll never be able to pull it off. The logistics alone are insane. Just ask questions.
Be a normal cop. Okay, I'm just gonna take off right now. And take care of the body if I can. If I can. Let me see here. It's a bowl, there's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. 50 cents, alrighty. Is there something else on the tables? No. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
The other one is eating a big sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Shouldn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Nah, not yet. Better observe them first.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
Could the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
He tries to measure the
I
throw.
hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is
Jellyfish.
sinking.
Oh my god. Standing tall and proud, he looks at his partner with disgust.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already.
Wait, what team?
Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
I'm on it, coach.
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
And show how it's done. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh no.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No
Uh-oh.
matter. You'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
Why do I feel I'm gonna throw the ball like 2 kilometers away from here? I'm gonna fill
The
the ball
cold
first.
metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Taking the
A
surroundings.
chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. West, in the Grand Couronne area, a sharp overhand left from Arsène Luc Edelbrock sends the Samaran heavyweight champion,
Hey, thanks,
Kostya
Shivers. Thanks.
Vyasnok Kostanicha, flying to the mat. The crowd goes wild. Revachol loves her heroes.
There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion. A fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Damn, the inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go, be the bullet. Oh god. Ay ay ay. No. You stupid.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
Bordel de merde.
What the hell is your problem?
Sorry. Shit. Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. I'm a god of track and field. Why would I have a problem with
I
anything?
don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I didn't mean to do
A
it,
man
sorry.
his age getting worked up like that? Better watch that blood pressure.
I'm sorry.
Vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
I thought it was shot
Well,
puts.
it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined a petanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
René, I found your guard booth. Wait. The guard booth was this? Really?
Yes. The Debardiers Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights.
Oh.
Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl? Let's ask about the murder first.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Right. So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
I see.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes.
Probably.
It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
So it doesn't matter if you're there or not?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Everett gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens men. Do or die. There's no around. René's but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back. Should rent out his services. Invest the profit. Gets a few more guys. Expand and repeat. There's absolutely nothing wrong with their collecting. It's my side thing too.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
Divorced?
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rex?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops?
Is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So again, you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
You seem to be playing in a crater. Yeah, it kind of looks like a crater, right? Made by a cannonball, perhaps? Like a very big one.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Yeah. Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
What?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He had squeezing a ball in his fist.
Should have fought dirty. like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
Why shall them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings.
This place is the damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
I didn't mean to skip all of this. Martinez was used in one of the 3 footholds. Operation Death Low in 08. With Salamaris in Delta. Death Bolts on the Grim.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Hold on, the coalition?
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Fair. Is that why everything is so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still all influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. And... That's how it should be. Soft. Okay. Now they rule
I'm
us.
sorry it had to be them.
Yeah.
After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Who was this Frissel?
Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Damn.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
You mentioned Guillaume.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Wait, Joyce said William ran, and his nephew, Frizzle, was shot in his place.
Yeah, that's right. Commies didn't drive Guillaume out. He left when things got bad and left Frissel to take the hit. Yeah.
This is communard propaganda. Guillaume would never do something like that. He is Le Lion.
The lion.
There is not a shadow of doubt in his mind that this is the truth.
What exactly is a suzerain?
Suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's bowls when it happened.
Oh shit.
When
Minus
we
one.
took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
I saw the statue of Philippe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king.
Okay, Electro.
Superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself.
Elysium is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There is some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates. And no one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
What was that about the cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revishal's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine.
Oh,
A
really?
court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine,
Holy
only the
shit.
purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
What was that about higher realms? Sounds interesting.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Let's talk about something
Right.
else. I'm gonna do this one.
As Rene turns
Yes.
from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the
A
cross.
crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle.
Look at the sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below.
The medals. Did you get them
For
for...
bravery.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
Not for killing babies,
No.
or...
We were the last ones to keep all the baby killers and rapists in check. And let me tell you, son, if there hadn't been Royal Carabiniers, Revelshire might not be standing at all.
Whoa! Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
So what did you get the medals
For
for?
doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye, when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shat themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Save the princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revelshire. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
He really despises that Drissant fellow.
Yeah, seems like it.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers. while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Oh, damn.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
That's no dink, that's a fighter. Never know Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw is tight. I've been through worse. No, I haven't. That's no dink, that's a fighter.
I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frissel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth. Duty, medals, honor, chain of command. I like this guy. He's not a pansy. I don't like pansies.
Oh, I know you don't. Why do you despise Tristan so much?
Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Carabineers are dead because of his incompetence.
Sounds like you're being modest right
The
now.
old carabiner stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drison.
Oh, shit.
2 days later that was. And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of Rene's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
This doesn't seem like a good moment to express an opinion. I don't want to risk it. But impressive, it's men like Rene who might rather celebrate once. I'm not impressed all those heroic sins where he is now. No, you gotta play to win. Look after you first. That doesn't seem like a good moment. Yeah, I think the third one.
Mon Dieu. You and Gaston must be related. His blood runs yellow too.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly, and you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thanks for the story, Rene.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, Rene, yes. Men were bigger, Girls wear prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord,
Hmm.
please bring those days back, if you can.
Oh, God.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own.
Oh,
Impress
fuck.
this old soldier.
I'm not even gonna attempt that. Mainly because it's 3% and because I have to end the stream right here. Hold on.
As you turn, a bright light catches
And
your
before
eye,
that, hold on.
making you squint.
Where's he
From
coming
a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography. What are you, deaf? They're perfect.
Establishing
like
my
rock
stardom
star
or really?
politician and drug. Yeah, you have.
Camera's light,
With
action.
a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you.
Some kind of superstar. It's a new thought. Okay. -2 logic still seems unlikely. Okay. I'm gonna save, and we're gonna continue tomorrow. Gonna save here. And yeah, gonna end the stream right here. And same place, same time right here tomorrow. And I'll see you. Bye bye.